Hey Waterworks friends, this is Miss Jean and this is Amanda here, and let's get ready to do some art. Today's art project is called a splatter storm painting, and it's going to be one way for us to think about how God is with us through storms, whether that's a real storm with thunder and lightning and scary noises, or one of the storms of life, like when we go through a hard time, or we're sad, or we have a pandemic to deal with. So we're gonna see through art how God is with us. Let's get going. Here's what you're gonna need for your art project. First, it's a good place with some space to do some artwork. I would put some newspapers or an old garbage bag down underneath your bigger sheet of paper. And it doesn't matter what size your paper is. Then you need a smaller paper with some scissors because we're going to cut something out. Then you need some paint of really any kind. If you don't have paint, other things in your household will do, like ketchup or old coffee. Anything that stains and is like maybe bright or darkly colored. And then we need some tools that we can splatter things with. This could be a plastic fork, a toothbrush, an old paintbrush, and you're going to need some tape and a pen or a pencil, and of course a paint shirt. So I have my paint shirt on now, and the first thing we need to do is get our smaller piece of paper, and I need everybody who's in your family who wants to participate to draw a picture of themselves. So kind of simple. It could look like this, or it could look like this, or whatever you want that represents you. That's what we need next. Okay, then we cut it out. The storm is starting and it wants to blow my things away. So take your picture of yourself and you cut it out. This is kind of going to be a stencil. This represents you. Okay, so take the stencil you've cut out and get some tape, the kind of tape that's not super sticky. Roll it up, put it on the back of your stencil of you, and put it somewhere on your bigger paper. So in my family, we have a few people, so I've made some stencils. Maybe you have 2 or 3 people. Maybe you want to make one for your cat or your dog. When you tape your stencils down, yeah, it's important. Sometimes they might need a little more tape to make them stick all the way. Okay, because these are what's going to go through the rainstorm, the splatter paint storm. Okay, so here are a few more. Here's an animal of some sort that's going to go through the storm. And here's a stencil of a star. So just make sure that if you can, you have something that represents every member of the family that lives in your house. And it'll look something like this when you got them all taped down. Okay, so sort of a blank page, no color yet. Next, we need to get the paint out. So you can put your paints on a plate, on some leftover styrofoam like I have. Put a good amount out. Squirt them on out. Whatever colors you want to choose, whatever you have really. And like I said before, you can even add some household ingredients like ketchup or yucky old coffee that's nice and brown. Anything that's going to make a stain. Okay? Okay. Ready? This is the fun part. Well, let's start with a toothbrush and some black paint. Ready? I take the toothbrush and I kind of flick onto it. Oh yeah, Okay. Wow. There it is. It's been quite a storm. Oh my goodness. Lots of action in that thunderstorm. Okay, so the next thing we do is very carefully, we don't have to wait till this is dried. You might want to get your grown-ups help. But very carefully pull up the stencil. Is this you? Carefully, carefully from the edges. Oh my gosh, look! I can see myself. I'm safe from the storm. Even though the rainstorm was so hard, God was with me. This is our splatter painting. And even though the storm was fierce, God was with us through the storm, and we made it to the other side. So have fun with this painting, and you can get a little messy, but help clean up. Okay, bye for now. Well, I hope you had fun with that. I sure had fun putting this together for you. So the last thing we're going to do is have a little prayer, and I have one part that I'm going to read, and each time it'll end with the word Jesus, and your part then is to say, stand up and say, I stand firm, like Amanda is here. So you put your hands up and say, I stand firm. Okay, so here we go. Dear Jesus, sometimes there are storms with scary thunder and lightning, but with Jesus, I stand firm. Sometimes people make fun of me and hurt my feelings, but with Jesus, I stand firm. Sometimes difficult things happen and I feel alone and afraid, but with Jesus, I stand firm. You have promised to be with me in all these storms, so with Jesus, I stand firm. I will listen to you and do what you tell me to do. In faith, Jesus, I stand firm. Amen. Bye-bye.